Well, they get this new interface, and I tell you, it's just slow. That's okay. We can get going here in just a minute here. Okay, let me check a couple more things because I'm not ready. I just thought I'd throw this together. Okay, there you got a face to match the screen. We got stuff going on. We got a couple people watching. Okay, well, it's short notice, just spontaneous here. But one thing I haven't done yet is go through an online coin shop, and let's see if we can find some deals there. Okay, let me get over here to the screen. There's Kickstarter. I'm going to give you a link. This is Empire Coins. All right. How are we going to make this work? You can follow along if you like. There you go. There's a link to Empire Coins. It's a coin shop. I bought from them a couple of times. You can get some decent stuff sometimes, decent prices sometimes. A little bit of everything out there. There's Dell, there's Quads, there's Sid Delicious, Galaxy, Kickstarter, Dodger, and Blues coins. Bring up the rear. There's Cousin Jeff. All right, come on in, everybody. We're going to have some fun. Okay, let's see. There's the screen. And, okay, now I just click on this thing. This is Empire Coins. They're out of Phoenix, Arizona. They got some neat stuff. It flips. Stuff usually changes. It's not a huge selection. And I don't know if this is, an actual shop or if it's just some guy working out of his back room. But the setup's pretty good. Excuse me. Let me see what you can see on the screen. That comes over to right about here. All right. So that's down from that star up at the top. Okay. All right. And on the left side, we can see, all right, most of it. And we're up to there. Let's shift it up just a little. Wiggle it up. All right. You don't need to see my menu bar or the bottom bar. There. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, good. That's good. Let's make it work. Okay, let's go to the home page. There's home. Dun-da-da. Let me give you that link again. It'll make better sense. Copy. Put it over here in the chat. All right, Empire Coins. This is what we're looking at. Welcome to Empire Coins. What else are you going to say on your first page? Simple to use menus. One on the left. Stuff on the right that's usually more informational. There's a newsletter. All right, you log in, and they keep your preferences and stuff. And if you order stuff, you can look up what you ordered. Okay, where was I? I was going to look at daily deals. Let's see what they got today. Dun-da-da. Oh my! Look at $17.94 Liberty Cap half cent fine details. NGC C1A. What's all this stuff mean? Let's click on that. Have a look. Okay, it's a low relief half cent. C1A for $17.94. And it's damaged. Okay, we got some marks across the top of her head here. The only problem I have with some of these online stores is the photos are kind of limited, right? I can't click on this in a new window. I can't zoom in. I got the one size. I can change the size of the window, but it doesn't change the size of the photograph. It's still the same. I could shrink it, cut it in half, no matter. All right, that's it. That's the only image I got. I can't get any closer. And I like to zoom in and look at her ears. Okay, well, it's $17.94. C1A. You'll see that. It's right up here. C1A. And that goes back to Cohen's book here. Where the hell did that go? Here it is. I don't have the light on. There we go. So $17.94 half cent. I'm not ready. Let's look that one up. B 1A. Here it is. Okay, let's see. There's this. Let's go home. Yup. I'm looking at some quarters. No matter. This is a C1A. That is the coin that they have for sale up there. The high head Liberty. The head, which is hand cut, is closer to Liberty than the date. You'll see that up at the top. Anyway, this is why we have these books. so we can get on the same page and find out what we're talking about. Let's get back over there and look at it. Screen. There it is. Okay, it's NGC certified. Fine details. You see the damage on that. These pits and marks and the slash across the head, a big gouge across the face. Still, that ain't bad for a 1794. I got one, and it's a train wreck. Okay, fine details. Even deeper brown color with sharp fine detail, including plenty of hair detail remaining. At arm's length, across the room, the coin looks problem-free. You can't say that. Okay, what did it say? 619 bucks. All right, let's get in there and have a look. We got a number here we can play with. Let me open up NGC. Here's NGC, and we're going to look up the certification. There you go. Anytime you get an NGC coin, you can look this up. Works with PCGS too, and you need all the numbers and the grade. So let's see, 2352. 2352. I do five numbers, but I can't remember them all. Okay, 2352. Then I'd say 78701. 787-001, and the grade is fine, right? Try that one out. Is it going to give me an answer? It should show me the normal head C1A half cent right there. Now that's probably a better picture. Okay, they have a better picture on the website. Yep, that's the thing. That's the BCR, right? So it checks out as far as being a genuine coin. Price grade value is not available because it is damaged. Okay, let's find that in. Will that take me there? Where do I click to go to the price guide? All right, that's not what I want. Let's go back over here. Go to the U.S. coin price guide. That's a half cent, right? Liberty cap. And we'll get a 1794. That's going to be brown. Now, what's he want for his piece? 619 bucks. Damn. How much does that take off, that bit of damage? How much does that take off of a fine piece? You know, first off, I get 17. That's got to go. Okay, 1794 right here. MS Brown. Normal fine. Let's see if you can see this in here. 1920, 1800, 1600. Here's the details for 480. Who knows? That might be the same darn one. And that's the price history on these things. 2352 787. 2352. That's the same one. Look at that. Oh wow. Okay, so he's selling it for 619. And here we've got the actual auction record. We could find out what that was. You'd have to log in. I'm not logged in. And see what he paid. Kind of neat there. And it's probably 70 to 80% is what he probably paid for that thing. What was the price over here? $480. There's your number. $480. Okay, 480 over 619. 77%. He's run out of 22% margin. Well, that ain't too bad. Is it worth that much? Okay, let's go back over here and click on the fine value. And we should get a graph. 1794 fine. Go to all years. You figure 15 years ago, the solid pieces, the pieces without the detail grades, they were getting $1,000. Now they're up around 2,400. These old rare coins almost always hold their value. A whole lot better than anything modern, I tell you that. What are you, 2.5 times the value in 15 years? That's not a bad investment. Okay. He's below the good price. Even here, 15 years ago, you were looking at 300 bucks for the same coin in good without a details grade. And right now it's running 1100 to 1000. What are you talking? Triple in price in 15 years? Huh, not too bad. Well, it's a beater, but 619 bucks ain't really so bad, is it? I got one, it's ruined, man. It's almost nothing left of it. You can make it out. It's beyond, it's a train wreck. I'd like to find it again so I can look at it. Okay, where's everybody in chat? How many people here? Hit that like button if you like this sort of thing. You paid $13 with free shipping. What'd you get? Oh, wow, look at him talk. Joseph Richard, Ken, you and Clash have great shows. Clash has a great show. I got one of his picks around here. Yeah, I like he gets, dude, he goes all over the world looking for stuff. Let me, wait, what do I need here? Face, there it is. Yeah, Clash has a great show. He goes over to, oh, God, the places he's gone. Australia, Japan, Great Britain, Scotland, just hunting for gold. He does it all around Colorado. Okay, Dodgers here. Oh, Omega Shadow. Hi there. I updated my channel name, and I hope everyone liked it. Omega Shadow looks good to me, man. There's Josh Wright. Good to see you. S. Ross, Layla. That's not cool at all. You can't zoom in. Well, you can, but you got to you got to play with it. Let's try zooming in on that photo. Where'd that go? Wait a minute. I need that. I got to get to this. Yep. Once I'm here, I go over to, let's find that damn photo. There it is. Okay. Click on it. I might be able to save that. No, I can't zoom in. There is another way to cheat. Watch this. I'm going to print screen. Go over to here. Pull that up. Paste it in here. So now I've got it in the, this is in Microsoft Paint, and there I can kind of zoom in, but it's going to pixelate. I'm not really getting a whole lot of extra resolution. It just, makes it bigger. Well, that's not too bad for the thing. $17.94. There's your poll. Boy, that's just kind of messed up, but that's in pretty darn good shape of these old beasties. Okay. So $6.19, is that a fair price? It's up 25% from when he was from when he got it. Gray sheet is $1,300, twice that price for a straight grade. And that's probably about right. Let's keep on going. Let's see if we can find some decent deals. Let's kill it. Where'd it go? Damn it, I lost my place. I get too many windows open. Empire Coins. Where'd you go? I get too many windows open. Okay, daily deals. We got a $17.98 drape bust dollar. Dude, I'll never be able to afford one of those. And this is Annex VF25. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah. That's a good looking dame. What color is her hair? Is it blonde? Is she a brunette? I like to think she's a redhead. Here's the back on these. They didn't have denominations early on. They go by the size of the darn coin, kind of like the Balboa. A lot of similar designs. Yeah, well, that's not too bad at all. This looks pretty darn problem-free, I'd have to say. That's what you call honest wear. Not much remarks. Yeah, that survived the ages pretty well. That's a large eagle. $1,659. Well, that's a little out of my my range right now. I'm looking for stuff for the big show. Bust dollar. Here's a large cent VF NGC with details. you can get these detail coins for, you know, half or less. And, well, is it a bargain? If it's the only way you can get the darn thing and get it affordable, kinda. But when you go to sell the darn things, it's really a problem. If you're going to get it added to your collection for, you know, the next 50 years, well, it does help you complete the set, especially when they're tough to get. These teens, the teen large sets are particularly pricey. Well, you get the detail here, but that surface is pretty badly corroded. Can you see what I'm seeing? Yeah, good. Yeah, I get a lot of surface corrosion on that. Well, there's a place for details coins, but when you evolve with your collection, you're gonna get away from those. Let's look at some more of those half cents. Oh, look at there's a left-facing girl, 1793, and that PC is cooked. That's an Annex Fine 12 details. Yeah, that was at the bottom of the pond. When they threw the witch in the pond, this was in her pocket. That's a darn shame. Now, it's good to have it survive, but once they get too bad, they kind of lose their collectability. Where'd those half cents go? Let's play with those a little more. Okay, what do you got? 1794. F details, F12 details, VF details, F details, F details, VF details, VF details, VF20, PCGS, spiked chin. Not details. Let's look at that. 1804 is a great year on these things. And that's a straight grade at VF20. There we go. What you got here? We got a few marks over here on the right. There was a particular die gouge on the 1804s. That's a crosslet forward, and you're going to have stems on it too, I bet you. There's the stems. Okay, and then this particular variety, this little gouge, well, makes it look like she's got this spike coming out of her chin. And yeah, they draw a good premium. Let's look up 1804 VF20. I'm going to pull up Numis. Here's Numis. Where's half cents? 1804 should have a spiked chin. There it is. VF. What you got for VF? Stop moving. They're saying 270, and the price is up 12.5% for the year. Well, that ain't too bad. 12%. If you put the money in the bank and you got 12% in a year, would you be happy with that? Okay, let's look at what kind of counts they have over at PCGS. All this information is at your fingertips if you just know where to look. If you just know how to click on it right. Okay, half cents. That's a drape bust. 1804 with a spike. Is 1804 spiked? Wait for it. Well, they made 1 million of them in 1804. Let's see if we can zoom in on that one. There's that spike on her chin. 1804. There's your crosslet 4, and you got the stems. Anytime you got stems on an 1804, you got a keeper. Okay, how many surviving specimens do you figure there are? You're looking at 300-ish. And that's in brown. You don't expect many at all. On these early coppers, you don't have many in red, brown, or red. They're pretty much all brown at this point. Okay, how many you got certified? None. Okay. How about red? How many you got certified? None. 0. Okay. Brown is it. Now let's look at some numbers here. What you got for VF what? Where'd you go? VF20. Well, It's VF at least, but that's a lowest end of VF. They're saying they're trading from 173 10 years ago, 250, 253 8 years ago, a couple of hundred 12 years ago. Not a whole lot of them trading. 39 certified. Well, if you keep those in your pocket, in your collection for 20 years, 30 years, you might see one, maybe two a year coming out. Okay, let's look for better. 50, 120. Let's see, 180, 280, probably 380. There's 480, 520, 560, 570, 580, 590. Now, how do you have 590 certified examples, but only 300 survivors? Okay, some people have sent their coin back in for, to be regraded, reconsidered. It's resubmissions. And they've gotten better with that, but their numbers still record some repeat submissions. Somebody hoping to get from a 55 to a 55 plus or a 58, perhaps. Yeah, seems to be a pretty good spike at VF, XF40 and XF45. The reason being, you get these spikes in the population is because, well, it's worthwhile to send them in at that particular grade because, down here in the low grades, it's good for $100. These things are costing you 50, 60 bucks to certify. You don't make any money if you're spending 50 bucks on a coin and it doesn't get recovered. It's just an expense. You could spend $100 on your light bill this month or 150 bucks on your light bill. What would you rather do? Okay, now eBay, let's include some eBay values in there and see what it's doing there, because eBay tends to trade a lot of stuff, and they're going no change. We have one additional sale, let's see, last year in March for 150 bucks on eBay for that particular piece, an 1804 BF spike chin. How much do you want? 2.25. What? Numis says 270. Is that a decent bargain? Where'd you go? Numis says 270. PCGS is saying very few are selling right now. 156. Let's see, 157, 150. Then you jump into 200 over in the higher VF range over on eBay. But they're going, 270, 200, 183. So that's not at all off the charts. Yeah, now we can actually look this up. 8518. Let's do that. Watch this. We got 8518. 5082. 5082. And that's the wrong number. That's the wrong spot. I need this one, certification. Let's make sure it's not a fake. Put that in, it will say verify. What do you got? 1804 spike chin VF20. And this one has been off market for a while. I don't have an auction listing on this one. Okay. Well, here's all the auction records for all the spike chins that have been sold. You could hunt that, but I doubt you're going to find that particular PCGS number. Can I click on VF? Let's try it again. There we go. Genuine, genuine, genuine. You can scroll through that and see what other VFs have been selling at. That's not too bad. Can that be bought and make a profit on it? You could hold that for probably 5 years, and I bet you that would jump. What do you think? Let's find the chat, catch up with everybody. There it is. Huh. Okay, let me scroll back a ways. I get all mine from eBay. You can find good deals at the right time. Yeah, well, we do it all the time. He's not watching chat. No, if you see the screen, well, that's what I'm seeing. I've only got the one monitor. I should get the. I wonder where that went. Huh. There's a laptop back here. Maybe I'll hook that up, and then I'll be able to see the chat. Yeah. I have been saving for it, Ida. Oh, Ida's here. There she is. Hi, field guy. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to go back and we'll keep on going. Let's see. There's a screenshot. I got to find the page. Okay. Well, this is a dealer looking for retail prices. Okay. 1804 half cent, very fine, 2 1/4. There's a very fine details. There's a fine NGC for $1.50. Details. A lot of these old coppers are going to have details grade. When you can get a straight grade, that's when the price does that real quick. 1829 half cent, real peach for $1.35. Let's look at that. There we go. We got a cap bust, a little mark on her chin here, a couple of marks behind her. Rim looks good and sound. I like that. I'd like to zoom in on that a little further. Let's look at the back. Looks pretty good all the way around. Little mark in here, little mark over there. Yeah, that looks like a straight grade, all right. XF40. All right, here's a number for it. 1300 5667. All right, let's go look that one up. That's the wrong button. Okay, 1300 5667. What are they saying? 1153 half cent, XF40 brown, 487 minted, population of 42. Price guide says 140, and this coin has not sold recently. It would be on there. They're saying 135. All right, PCGS. Why do you say 140? What's that? That's XF40. Pretty darn decent one. They're saying 140, but they're actually getting 104, 103, 129, 127, 130. Well, that ain't too bad. Average here is looking, what's that, 2019? Yeah, $8 off the last one recorded off of eBay. That's not too bad at all. 135. Let's pull up the calculator. Now, there's a few ways you can come up with using these. Well, it's only 5 data points, but you only got 42, possibilities here for the population. You can sum them all up and divide by 5, and that'll give you the average, and that's over what 2015 to 2019. But it's still only 5 data points. Another way you can do it is just drop off the bottom one, 103, and kill the top one, 130. And average the rest, 127, 129, 104. 27 plus 29 plus 4 divided by 3. The average is $120 for those. And this guy wants 135. That's not too bad at all. That's not bad at all. And there's something you don't see every day. I mean, I do. Some people do. That's not a bad piece. Where's that going to go? Okay, NGC will have price charts. I'm going to go over to NGC and show you this. Where's NGC? Here it is. I'm just going to go up to the price guide. Let's pull up the half cents. That is a classic head. That was in 1829, right? What was it? Yeah, 1829. Let's pull up that one. And that was an XF40 brown. Where the hell are you? Right up here, their price guide says 165. And let's see, 132, 129, 129, and one with details for 89. And you can view them all. But if I click on that price, I'm going to get a chart. There it is. Okay, I'm going to click on all. And I've got a spread from 2005 for the past 15 years. Well, 15 years ago, that XF straight grade was running $100. Nowadays, it's running, well, according to their figures, 165. Well, if we use those same figures, the actual prices were probably about 75 bucks. So still 60% increase in 15 years ain't too shabby. Not great. You want to see better growth, look at higher grades. Let me look at that with that same date. 1829. Let's say here's an MS62. How'd that do over the same period? That went from 290 to 500, practically double. The higher grades and the older coins outpace the market every time. Always have. You want to get into investment grade stuff, get the older coins. Get past the presidents. Get past the 1900s. Get to the 1800s. Go before the Civil War. Okay, let's see. There it is. Let's catch up. Ant says eBay has the third editions for 32 plus shipping. Is that fair? Third edition of what? eBay will sell detailed coins to the same price as undetailed. A lot of times, you got to be picky when you get down to it. Silver Nitrate says, hi, I credit you with my latest pickup, a 1997 SP70. Ooh, the 70s are hard on those. Do I still have that one? I had a 69. What was your date? 1997. Oh, that's the special frosted matte proof. Yeah, 25,000. Yeah, that one's kind of rare. Chrome wouldn't let you comment. Here, use my ID and log in. I used to have. Where'd that come from? What's this? No. I had it. What's this? Oh, okay. What's that? What's this? Well, there it is. What's that? No. What's this? There. What you got here? Home. Card. Sorry, guys, you gotta go. Okay, what do you got? What do you got? SP. So this is wrong because it says MS. Let's see if we can make that focus. But, well, it scrolled up. Silver Nitrate was talking about the Jefferson with a special finish. It's a frosted, special frosted matte or some damn thing. And I thought it was talking about these guys. Either way, the 70s are going to be tough. And when you get a mintage of 25,000, yeah, you got something to hold on to. Now, these satins from 2005 to 2010, they should be, give me a stick. They should say SP, okay, or spell it right out as satin finish. It should freaking focus. There it is. And most of them are going to be 68s and 69s if you can get them in slabs. The 70s bring a pretty substantial premium on these, but you're looking at, 8, 12. There aren't that many of them once you get to the 70s. Anytime you see a 70 in a slab, consider picking it up, even if it is, more recent. They're just few and far between. Okay, catching up here. 3-cent nickel book. Well, the whole book? How much? Third edition for 32 plus shipping. I think I got mine for. What the hell's my 3-cent book? What color is that? Wait, there's one. What's this one? No, that's Ike's. What's this one? 3-cent, third edition. That? Where are you? That. Third edition, the authoritative reference. Third, $30. That's probably about what I paid. What's that sticker say? It doesn't mean anything. I have no idea what I paid for this. But that sounds about right. Dark red. That's it. Yeah. Wow, look who's live. It's Ken. Shh, you listening? Spiked head die crack. Silver Nitrate says, I'm lucky enough to be a Patreon supporter. I can use the coin checklist. I can show you that. Let's see. Let me pull it up here. Coin inventory. Coin collecting checklist. Screen. There you go. Now, anybody who's a Patreon supporter has access to this, so you can just look shit up. Where's nickels he's got? Jefferson nickel. All right. Oh, I got to do this next, is compare the reverse of 38 to the reverse of 40 on those Jeffersons. It's mighty subtle. Okay, you got the 97 special frosted matte, uncirculated, 25,000 pieces. And you got that in MS70 or SP70. Let's have a look at that real quick. Okay, how do we get there? PCGS, nickels, SP, there it clicked. Okay, 97. Where are you? Right there. Special strike. That's what it looks like. Note the satiny finish. We'll let that load in another window. Mintage of 25,000. How many in 70? Okay, I might have to move my screen here. Okay, there we go. There you go. Most of these special strikes are going to be 68, 69. And looking at the numbers here, let's see, 65, 66, you got 5 certified, 15 certified, 108 certified, 1,053. Where'd you go? Okay, in 69 you get 1,053, and in 70 you got 157. Well, really, it's those 70s that are worth getting. And you gotta, practice pretty hard to be able to tell the difference between a 69 and a 70. But the value difference is, $70, $100 versus 300 to 450. So, geez, what are you looking at? 2 to 3 times the value. Huh. And these 157 will keep their value and climb. These will probably hold. These others might even fall, especially as more are certified over time. Okay, what we're looking at here, you go. That's a satiny piece. Yeah, it doesn't bounce the light back in your face. It disperses the light, and that's the special one that came out in the Botanical Gardens proof set. That's a fairly handsome piece. I think the lighting was off on the back shot. And that was a 70 full steps. You got full steps designation on that? Here I am hunting for errors, hunting for varieties, checking for doubling. I can't help it. Let's find this again. There we go. Can I have an American Eagle PCGS MS70 2019 W? Perfect coin. Idea, you're moving up in the world if you're hitting the 70s. Joseph Richards says, Ken, why am I a fan of PCGS and know nothing about NGC? I'm very new to this. I buy what I like as a hobby. Please advise. I'd say you're doing it right. Buy what you like. You can buy as an investment, strictly as an investment, but it gets into knowledge and, geez, it would take several years just to get familiar with it, really. But start out with collecting your stuff. Now, there's three primary grading companies that have the best reputation. There's PCGS, which you see here, NGC. I wonder if I have something NGC around here. Sometimes, wait a minute. Let's see what's that. There's an NGC. Okay. That's a penny. Same idea. And then there's Annex. And then there's some secondary companies, third-party graders that, well, they have better reputation, but they're not quite as tight as these. PCI, for example, it's JT Stan that started that company. And he's the author of the Cherry Picker's Guide. And there was a Photographic Certification Institute or something like that. And there's another one. What the heck's the name on that one? ICG has a fairly reputable reputation. A reputable reputation? Who talks like that? All right. PCGS is pretty much the leader of the industry, and NGC is close on their tail. You got barcodes. You can look up the certification number online. That'll be this number here. Before you buy the coin, the whole idea of these certified coins and encapsulation, where they're placed into a holder and sealed, it would make it possible to trade coins without seeing the darn things. That's the whole point of it. Of course, nowadays we have these cameras. We can take a picture up close and personal. Let's see if I can make this scope work. We can take a picture of that coin and send it anywhere in the world instantly. This is the, what is it there? The satin finish MS69. Da-da-da. Of course, I can also zoom in on any particular detail you want to see. What do you like? The inside of the zeros? There it is. So do we need the third-party graders anymore? Well, they do guarantee their grade, and they do authenticate the coin. If it's not genuine, they're probably going to pick it out. Okay. Plus, it's it's guaranteed for the grade. They make a mistake, all right. Their reputation's on the line. They do have a guarantee, and I think that adds a couple of percent to the value. But sometimes the same darn coin in the slab and out of the slab, people are going to pay a premium for having that certification. I'm not a fan of certified coins. I think the cost, a lot of times, is not justified. Really, anything below a couple of $100 doesn't make sense to get certified. Most of the coins that are the really high dollar stuff, thousands and thousands, they'll only trade because they're certified, because somebody has put their name on it saying, yes, it's genuine. You got a lot of fakes out there. How was that for a segue? Man, I'm good. Yeah, that was fine. We could follow that up with you could follow that up with a whole program explaining that coin. Tell us about it in depth. Bill Bett's a Patreon member. All right. Yeah, we got some stuff we're going to offer to the patrons. I picked up a bunch of 40%ers and a bunch of other stuff. And they're going to get first dibs. Ta-da! 40s. Well, we'll see how that goes. Let me catch up here. Clash is here. Good evening, Clash. We were just talking about you. Nothing good, though. Where are you this week? Bhutan, perhaps? I don't know. He's prospecting like the Yukon, perhaps. He gets around. That's a peach. Oop. What happened there? Sorry, the screen just went like this. I'm like 20 minutes behind on the chat anyway. Where are you? Okay. Oh, there he is. That's where Clash showed up. Hey, Shane. Clash says hi to Cindy. Dragon says hi to Clash. Vicky says hi to Clash. Everybody say hi to Clash. Not sure if they had steps back then. On the special strikes, right, especially those nickels, yeah, they more care was given to these, on these satinies in particular. The planchets were burnished rather than just throwing them into the machine, and the dies were specially prepared. It's almost like a sandblast effect across the thing, and they did use higher pressures. So yeah, you'll have full steps on those. Let's see, what have I got? I don't have the 97. All right, here's my satin box. Have I got nickels still? Why, yes, I still have nickels. What you got here? It's a nickel. It's a 2007D. Let's put that into the scope. Set this down. Oh, this is what it is. I get a bunch of these. They were cut out of mint sets. Probably somebody wanted the $50 of the pennies. Okay, scope. There we go. So the little scuffs are on the plastic. Stop staring, TJ. That's a 2007D. And we'll look at the back. Yeah, I'd call that full steps right there, I would. Let's make that not shine so much. There we go. Come on, come on, a little more. There we go. Is that full steps? Let's go across and have a look. Where's my little stick? All right. See that dark line shows up right there? That's going to be on the surface of the plastic. So I'm looking pretty good for full steps here. Yeah. But they won't give it the full step designation because it's already got the satin finish designation. And don't hesitate to check these for varieties because some of them do display double dies, particularly on the reverse. Here he is. Stop it. Oh, God. Make him stop. Okay. Another place to look is check his nose for... Well, it's not quite boogers. It's just some doubling in the nose. Okay, this one's clean. They look a lot better when they're not in plastic. But they stay a lot better when they stay in their plastic. Okay, let's see. Where'd we go? Where'd we leave off? That's a nice one, Ida. If it's a 70, it better have full steps. That's right. Listen to Cindy. Woohoo! Hello, Nightbot. I'm not even a big nickel collector. I have a feeling it would be a good one to leave my kids. That one, yeah. In this day and age, pretty much anything with less than 100,000 mintage on the moderns is probably going to be a keeper. Below $1 million is pretty solid. Let's see. Screen. We go to the collector. Where'd the hell that go? Here's the checklist. I got to move that over. Yeah, I'm scrolling through that. You can't even see it. Let's see. Yeah, 25,000 is going to be a keeper. Below $1 million is pretty good. Okay, the satins, 2005, they were at 1.1 million. And then they went down. 2006, 847. 2007D, that's the one I have here, 895,000. Wicked good. You got them W quarters have 2 million. Oh, anybody know, are they making more? I've had one report of a mint director on a video saying no more. And I can't find a a good source for that otherwise. But it's looking like no more Debbie quarters besides the 5 that are out there, which, 10 million for all 5, that'd be it. Get those while you can. But the satins went down. Of course, the mint sets have been going down each year for a while. And you ended up 2010 with 500,000 of the darn things. Well, that 25,097 is still the recent king. There's a 94 also, but that only had 167. Now, in this checklist, if you scroll over to the left, we took them all and put them in order of population. And this is an order by mintage. Okay, we got some issues that have to be cleaned. There's been some work being done on it recently. Let's see. Oh, he's added the flowing hair, the drape bust, the coronet cents. Okay, we got the large cents added in here. Where's the nickels? Here we go. So on your Jefferson nickels, you're going to have, well, that 64 pesky thing. The early proofs, right? There it is. Number 6 on the list is the 97p frosted matte uncirculated. Pretty slick. But your early proofs, and then your satin cents. There's a 94 frosted matte uncirculated. But once you get above 1 million or 2 million, they start to be a little more common. So some of your modern proofs, yeah, the teen proofs are doing pretty well. Some of your special mint sets are doing pretty well. We got some from Blues for the big show over in his box. And after that, once you get past the 2 million, 3 million mark, they become pretty common because you don't have that many collectors. And when you get into the business strikes, just forget it, man. 4 million, that's kind of rare. What you'd have to look at is a surviving population. And from what are you looking at, 70 years ago, 1938, you might see only 10% surviving population. So, yeah, okay, some of them are getting pretty good. I just picked up a couple of rolls of nickels. Let's see, find my way. Where'd we go? There's that, so you see the chat. Here's home. Where'd they go? Huh, here's some. Give me a card. There's a card. Spread some out here. Now these are 57s. Let's get these face up. Here's some 57s I picked up. Oh, we're out. Yeah, we're here. Okay. Brilliant uncirculated nickels are more desirable. What is that? Where is it? What's this? That's some doo-doo. Focus, please. Please focus on my nickels. Please focus on my nickels. Look at my pan. Look at that pan. Hoogie makes those things out of like a bar of soap. He starts with a bar of soap. I'm not making this up. Okay, I can't make these focus either. Sometimes the shine causes the camera to just not quite understand what it wants to do. Try getting a little better here. There's some nickels. There's some 57Ds. Some of these are pretty darn affordable. What are you looking at? $1, for the 50s. A lot of the wheat pennies in the 50s good for $1, 57D, 58D. These are 57Ds. They're good for a buck, but you can get them in pretty darn sharp shape. These have some steps, but not all of them have all steps. Actually, I don't think any of them have all steps. Here's the scope. Let's see if we got any steps on there at all. Not really. The steps are one of the deepest part of the design, so getting a sharp strike is what you need. There you go. You got a couple of steps. That's as good as that's going to get. Any over in this side? No. And I can zoom out and get a better look at that. Let's see if we can make that focus. But they're fairly decent. I'm thinking both of these rolls, the 55Ds and then the 57Ds, I got lots of die wear. I got radial flow lines, orange peel, some PIDT, some weakness in the strike. Let me flip that over. The 55s that have so much on the front. There we go. The letters just almost flow into the rim because it just plain wore out. I look in here, you get a lot of this orange peel. That's a sign of a worn out die, but they're in pretty good shape. Lots of luster, nice clean fields. Hardly any rats. Let's see what I'm talking about for these this orange peel. Looks like he's got acne or something going on here. There we go. Inside the nose. You get these flow lines. Well, it's just part of being wore out. They made a lot of these, let me tell you. I don't know how many, I'd have to look that up. But you can get a decent looking set of nickels for a pretty darn reasonable price. These go back to 38. You can find just about every nickel in circulation. Okay, except for those special strikes. And some of the silver nickels would be a little difficult. But you can get most of those dates. Okay, maybe not the proofs either. But you can build a pretty solid set of nickels just from circulation. Have you done it yet? Because they only cost, you ready? A nickel. Try it out. Are you farting, Cindy? Stop it. What about ICGS? ICG, is that the one I'm thinking of? It's pretty good. There's a list over on one of those sites. Let me think. The Lincoln Cent, something or other, Lincoln Cent Forum. There's a site someplace that is listed like 50, 60 different, slabs. Some of them are just, made up. Where'd that one go? I got one from the Superheroes Graded. Oh, I love this one. Here we go. I love this one. Here's a grading company for you. Oh, Jesus, no! Down the duct they go. You ready? PCGS, no problem. Pretty reputable. NGC, pretty reputable. Anax, reputable. Superhero graded collectibles, maybe not so reputable. You can get these holders. There'll be a buck and a quarter or so. And you can make your own darn things. Let's see if we can take that apart. There it is. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I got some doodle on it. It doesn't bother me none. Everything this guy had was AU58. Every darn thing he had. Didn't matter what it looked like. I think I'll put the doodoo side on the bottom. And this is the inside, you see. Where'd that NGC coin go? Look, they're flexible. No fooling. Let you just pop your penny right in. You drop it in your slab. You print up your little sticker there on both sides. And you can custom design your own holders right at home. Print them up. Now, they won't be hermetically sealed, right? And you don't want to use like super glue because the fumes in enclosed space will make the fingerprints, if you have one, just explode. That's how the detectives do it. So just close them up. Now, we got that. Where'd it go? No, quit it. Oh, look at this. You're going to see this. I've been showing this off because I'm pretty proud of it. Oh, get out of here. So if you really want to get into, making your own slabs, there it is. Look at this thing. Not only has he made his own slab, this is from Jeeping John Roberts. He's got the box with the sleeve, the presentation box, and you open that baby up, and he's got custom made foam. Look at that. Like, feel how soft that is. He's got these custom foam inserts, a printed certificate of authority, and let me put that over here. You ready? These are all 5 of the W quarters. There it is. Jeeping John's 2019 War in the Pacific National Historic Park W quarters. And if you scan that, it'll take you to his channel. Scan me. There it is. W. Which way's up? That's a W quarter. You get L5 quarters. See, he's got these for sale. You might check him out. These are just splendid. Where's the face view? Right there. Yeah, now that's a presentation piece. You want to give something to a kid that's going to surprise them for Christmas. Get all 5 of the W quarters in custom holders. Try that one out. Don't get too hung up on PCGS versus NGC. I'd say that's fair. One of the most common mistakes a lot of new collectors come across is, well, they're not able to grade their coins. They haven't developed those grading skills on their own. So, there's companies that do that. Should I get this coin graded? Should I send it in? And a lot of the Facebook groups, you get this mantra, you should send that in. There we go. I'll put that here. Think of grading, think of getting coins certified as being a next level skill. You should be able, where'd it go? There it is. You should be able to certify that for yourself before you send it in, so that you know what to expect, right? You can identify the coin properly. If it has a die variety that needs to be listed, you should include that. That's another 17 bucks. But you should have some idea of what that coin is, what the value is, so that you can determine, is it worthwhile to get it certified. Now, if you just want to do it for your own collection, and spend the extra 50 bucks per coin when you got 300 Lincoln cents, that's up to you. But honestly, you have to do the math yourself, do the homework yourself to decide, using your own judgment, if it is sensible to send it in for certification. Oh, let me continue. I'm still like a half an hour back. I make my own slabs. Everything's SP70. There you go. You can call it silver nitrate, graded collectibles. Yeah. You can get your own superhero. They like it. The X nitrate. Nitrex. ICG overgrades nearly every time. I've seen some with ICG. Check it yourself. Seriously, you got to be able to determine for yourself, does that make the grade that's on that slab. Silver Nitrate says, I found my NX slab grade for 1 grade lower in NGC. If I have an MS64 NX, I'll sell it an MS63 NGC. That's fairly fair. Yeah, the standards have changed over the years. Back in the day when they had the original slabs and they were, dot matrix printed, even before they went to the green labels, the standards were a little bit lax compared to what they are today. Sometimes you can take those older slabs, break the coin out, and send the darn thing back in. But you'd have to know the difference between a 64 and a 64 plus, or a 65 and a 66. You'd have to know and understand those grading standards to decide whether or not it makes sense to do so. And Cindy says, buy the damn coin. Doesn't matter what slab it's in. Just buy the damn coin. Oh no, she said, buy the coin, not the slab. Oh geez. I've been up all day. JC Wills here, good to see you. You found a 1900 O over CC, found it a VAM 10A, found out it was a VAM 10A. Well, whatever you found out, I'm glad for you. JC sent who an email? What if my email's open in all this? What's this? No. 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 Oh, that's this. No. What's this? No, no. I don't. My email's not open yet. Let's see. No little red dot. Okay. I guess there was no email from me. That's okay. Somebody loves me. They'll send me an email. Okay, let's see what else people are saying here. I have a crazy woody 34D in an ICG slab. That's just begging to be freed. Set it free, man. If I straighten that out, it might actually focus a little better. Huh. Well, that's it. Got to find your channel locks. Just find a hammer, man. Shield your face and just go. Super's got a $100 bounty out on any 36P Walker FS101 DDO3s unslabbed. Who sent a Walker in and what was that one? I think Joe Durbin sent a Walker in to me, and it was an FS101. What was the date on that? I don't know. Huh. I think he had one. Well, listens here, good. Usually only if it's listed in the Cherry Picker's Guide. Yeah, some certification companies will certify the die variety. Annex is they got a wider spectrum. Sometimes all you need is a letter from Wexler, right? But Wexler doesn't encapsulate the coin, so you can send any coin in. Of course, I'm sure they'd have somebody check and say this isn't what the letter says. Okay, let's get back and look at those pictures again. Okay, here's the screen. And we were looking at what we were looking at, that half-cent. And we're over at Empire Coins, just seeing what they've got. Oh gosh, here's a pretty one. 1835 half-cent. 64 brown. This one seems to have some original luster on it. Let's look at this one for $1,000. What you got here? An 1855 half-cent. MS65. That looks to be on the slab. Man, who's the guy in charge of keeping the lint and dust and hair and crumbs out of the slabs? Because this guy needs a write-up or something. And we got the slanted fives. There's the other side, looking pretty darn good. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Okay, what's he want for it? He's saying $925. We got a number? There you go, 3016003. Okay, let's find NGC. Right there. Go to resources, pull up the certification. Is that it? 3016003. 3016003 002. 002, and that's in 65. Prove it. They say it's an 1855 C1 half cent. C1 is Cohen 1. MS65 brown. NGC value says 990. There are a total of 79 in that particular grade. Let's look at this. There you go. Let's look at a 15-year price range. What's that doing? 15 years ago, it was running about 900, 920 for a long time. Then it jumped to the 970s, 1,000, bouncing around a little, 1,000, 1,050, jumped. Let's see, 2006, held that for 3 years, and it came back down to 1,000. Well, that's a 20% drop in 2 years. And across the whole timeline, barely 10% change in value over the timeline. Are they ready? Are they primed to go up again? Where'd you go here? $990. That was a 55? What was it? 55. 1855 C1 in brown. There's your price chart. All right, brown. What you're looking at for 65? They're saying 750, right? Oh, 65. It's over here. 810, 780, 780, 763. You can click on View All and it'll give you a better record of all of them in that grade that have sold, you know, NGC and PCGS certified, that have sold at auction. And take a look at the prices and what they're doing. You can order it by date, by grade, by service, by auction house. 810, 760, 990, 716, 803, 880, 747, 700. That was 9 years ago. 379. That was 10 years ago. Good Lord, that seems to be a bargain right there. This guy wants how much? 925. Well, looking at the auction records here, I'd say you can probably do better just actually going to the auctions. Huh. All right. You know, one thing I haven't done is go look at some of these auction houses. We'll have to do that next. I've got Collector's Corner open. Sometimes you can cherry pick these things. Kind of neat there. Okay, let me close about 30 windows here. We'll keep the checklist open. I get so many windows open sometimes. Yeah, this is like 45 minutes ago we were talking about that one. I don't know if you... Oh, good, you were seeing the screen. Okay. All right. I might skip that one. Pretty coins, though. Hey, how about 2 centers? What's he got for 2 centers? You got 10 2 centers. Yeah, these private companies, Empire Coins LLC, probably just some guy in a back room. They don't always have a lot of stock, but they do tend to be more picky. So you get some pretty decent grades here. This is where you can find some really sick stuff, some really great stuff. 2-cent piece with a small motto and good for $2.29 is what he's saying. PCGS certified. What's Newman say on that? Here's a 2-cent. Small motto in good. Good for. They're saying 204. He's calling for 265. 246 and very good. He's a little higher over here than this is. Let's pull up PCGS, see what we got for records here, because that's a PCGS coin. That's not the one. It's a nice one. Ooh. But look at the back of it, too. Oh. Watch the darn chain right there. That's a pretty one. You don't see these every day. These are definitely horses of a different color. Where'd what I was looking at go? We were looking at a 64 in good, is that right? That one. We were looking at this one. 2 cents, good 6, PCGS small motto. A little bit uneven on the left side, pretty heavy over there. Plenty of motto life. Date looks normal. Okay, what's PCGS say for a fair price for a good 6? Small motto brown. And scroll all the way to the left. Plenty of them. Excuse me. Good 6. They're running anywhere from let's see, low of 164 to a high of 245. And that's the past 3 years, so fairly recent. No eBay prices listed on those. Well, it's looking like $200 is, pretty much par on those. Numis said 200 for good 4. Yep. And this guy's wanting 229. Well, he's a little heavy. $30 on a $200 coin. I think you can do better. Looking at the figures over here in PCGS, if they've got 30, 50, you got 80 of them in good, very good. I think they're going, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 on eBay in the past year. 5 on eBay, 6, 7. You got a whole bunch of them trading. There's enough out there trading that I don't think you have to be in a hurry to pick these up. And for an extra $50, you can probably get a much better piece. Let's see, what's this one? VG10 fines are doing, looks like 280 to 320. Huh. That's a big difference in quality from very good to fine. I like to see at least a very fine on 2 centers because I want to see the wheat. I want at least a partial wheat. There's one on the desk here somewhere. Here's one. Let me show what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's zoom out. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I want to see at least some of that wheat. And ideally, the whole damn thing. There you go. In God we trust. Let's make it focus. 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 There it is. All right. That's an 1871 with some pretty delicious wood going on too. Oh, hell yeah. This was the backup for the big show in case we didn't get enough of that big one. Well, we did, so we put that in. What'd you rather have, a bust half or an 1871 2 center? That's what I say. I'm going to catch up on chat a bit here. Okay, you look at the 2 center. Quality, not quantity, says Cindy. Yeah. Ken should have been a researcher. Oh, I was too busy in college just drinking beer. Cindy brings up a great point. A lot of people get involved early on in the hobby, especially the young people, right? What was that noise? Oh, man, they're sliding. Stop it. And they start hunting wheat pennies in circulation, and you can do that. You can get a lot of wheat pennies. Here you go. Here's a coffee can full of wheat pennies. Okay. It's really neat when you get started collecting. You say, I got 17 wheat pennies. And then you get to, I got 84 wheat pennies. And the guy comes along and says, I got 572 wheat pennies. It's really neat because there's people that have accurate counts into the tens of thousands. How many is enough? At what point does it make no more sense to go after quantity? And then you start getting into, I want to see really nice wheat cents. I'm sure I got some here somewhere. There we go. I want to see coins that look more like, say, this. Rather than this. And you go up to the quality. You can get these all day. They're a dime a dozen. But you want a beautiful looking set, get those. Get those shiners. Get those pennies without a mark on them. You saw that one. There is a mark on it, but just the one. That's not going to focus. Okay. Let's put that one under the scope here. Scoop. Here we go. Where are you? Here we go. Here's a penny with barely a mark on it. And they look real nice when they're like that. This is looks like it's a 1962D. Yeah. Have a look at the back. What do we got? Even on really high magnification, looks like we get a little bit of a weak strike. You get this hourglass look. Follow that design pattern. That's his best. It's not necessarily a clash, it's just a little bit weak. His head would be here, and yeah, a little bit weak. Because the depth of the relief on the other side, these 60s, right, from 60 to 68 they got this big head on them. A lot more relief. Eats more metal. Getting those sharp strikes in the reverse. Well, it was hard during the 60s. Is that a clash under his chin? No. Okay. But quality starts to become important. And when you get into older series, right? Older dates, more rarities, those high quality coins really start getting more valuable. They start climbing. And it's those rarities that are going to hold their value and grow faster than the other coins, right? This nickel here, where are you? What was it? A 57 nickel? That's good for $1. In 5 years, it'll be good for $1. In 10 years, maybe $1.25. Maybe 20 years, $1.25. Wheat pennies in 1985, you can get a 5,000 count sack for $70. Really? Yeah, really. 5,000 pennies, and they were full. 20s, 30s, 40s, mint marks all over the place, steels, some shiners. Because, you know, geez, they were 25 years out. No problem. Go back 25 years. Can you get a sack of pennies from 1995 with a lot of shiners? Yeah, no problem at all. And wheat pennies back then, oh gosh, they were wonderful. You could fill up your stuff, but they were good for, you know, 1.2 cents. Now you can get them for 3 cents, 4 cents each. So really, it's double their money in 30 years. God, it's been 30 years. Jesus. Not a whole lot. But such things as those, the SVDBs, they were $200 back then. Now they're 800 for the same grade. The 14Ds, they were 150 back then, and they're, you know, 2,000 nowadays. The rare stuff, the high grades, the high quality, that stuff, right? Those coins of character with the wood grain. Let's see if we can get that under the scope, right? Those coins of character, the ones that stand out. They stand out because they're rare, they have eye appeal, they're in great shape. Those are the ones that are going to keep and hold their valuable. So give up on, well, when you get there, keep hoarding as many as you can, you know, until you grow out of that, and then go after the higher and higher grades. Let's see, where's that book? I just had one. Here's one. Let's see. Late 80s, I got a Whitman album, right? I was starting to fill that up. Before that, I had stuff like this, you know, little folders. And I got that first Whitman album, and I said, Jesus, this is such a nice album. And I spent like, you know, $14 on it, which is like a fortune. That's like, what, 5 hours pay or something. And I said, I only want to fill that with shiners, with BU pennies. Let's see if we can see that. There we go. I'll put that over here. When you start getting into investing in holders, or in this case, a $5 folder, you say, hey, I don't want to put no junk in there. And then you start going after the quality. Okay, so here's a bunch of memorials. No slot there. I'll put something else in there. And it could use, I guess, a 64. They were kind of spotty. Right? And you just keep going back and back and back. And can you put together a whole set of just this stuff? Just the shiners? Yeah, you can. And the 50s, yeah, you can get those for $1 or $2 or $3. The 40s, you can get those for 3 or 4 or 5 or 10. 30s, you can get those for 10, 20, maybe some a little more. 31S would be, a couple of $100 maybe. And you can go back older and older and get ever better coins and just always keep upgrading your collection. And now you're not messing with, sacks of pennies. Where's that sack I got here? What's this one? You're not messing with this stuff on the floor. What are these, Canadians? I don't know what's in here even. Those are Canadians. Anything in there I gotta see? I've been meaning to go through there and see if I can find some good stuff. Yeah. Just a bunch of Canadians. But when you're ready, you'll graduate from quantity and get into quality. And the sooner the better, by God. Remember, the big thing was Oat Bran. What do you mean, Coin Dragon? The big thing is still Oat Bran. Pennies nowadays don't use cane sugar. They use high fructose corn syrup and are responsible for 30 pounds on average. The pennies? What are you talking about? Do not eat your pennies. Eat your Wheaties, but not your pennies. 80 pounds of brown I need to dump. I don't think I need to hear that. If you have 80 pounds of brown you need to dump, what the hell's my risers? Then really, reach for risers. They're #1 in the #2 business. Funny, anything in AU and lower slabs don't label the colors. No, AU, no need to. There's not that much of a discrepancy. By the time you get down to MS60, there aren't that many reds left. Okay, eat Wheaties. Just look what they did for Bruce. Lee? It's the GMOs, man. Get organic Wheaties. Let me scroll back because I missed something, I'm sure. Bright light. Would variety collectors be buying the large lots, which in turn they will have 10K plus? You can get a sack of wheat pennies. Now you got to realize the wheat pennies nowadays, dude, they were searched 30 years ago. We were tearing those things up. Right? We ripped through those bags. They've been searched and picked clean for dates. They've been picked clean for mint marks. It's not often you get stuff through. I've been cherry picked on some bags. Paula picked up a 31S. Huh? Okay, I missed that one. Back in the day, you could find 1909 VDBs. You could find 11S's. Now it's going to be 40s and 50s P and D. But they have not been necessarily picked clean for dye varieties. Well, uncirculated wheats, those dye varieties, RPMs, not necessarily worth a whole lot. Some of them can be, right? Well, 36 double dye #1, #2, yeah, they could be good for, 20, 30, $40 real easy. But a lot of them are pretty minor and pretty low value. But it's good practice because you can take, let's see, where's the screen? Is that the screen? Yeah. You can take that practice you've learned and you can go to these coin sites, right? You just go to Google and type in coin shop or online coin shop and stuff will pop up. And you can cherry pick this stuff. Look, you can't afford a $229 coin or a $265 coin. That's all right. You can cherry pick these. And a lot of times the photos are good enough that you can tell if you've got a repunch date or a double die. Let's see. What's a good one to hunt? Let's see. I know. Let's look at some shield nickels. 1872 is a great date for shield nickels. On these shield nickels, just look at that annulet, that little ring. Focus on that annulet. and just go through every listing they got. Where are you? Nickels. Go back to Shield Nickels. I'm going to open these up in a different window. Here's another one. Here's another one. Okay, I guess that's all they got for 1872s. 1882 is a good date. Let's look at some of these. 1882, and focus on that annulet. Also look at the date. That's a pretty fat looking date. I'd want to give that better attention. But this thing is so worn out. Oh God. But what you learn going through those sacks of wheats, you know, that are going to run you 150, 200 bucks, you learn the skills to pick out these varieties. Well, you can do it just these, a lot of you know, pocket change from the back, just rolls of coins from the back. And I'm looking at this annulet right here. I'm not finding them, but you can find them sometimes. And just focus right here. Use those skills that you develop on the low-cost coins that you get in bulk to examine these higher dollar coins. Look, we got die cracks here, die cracks here, die cracks here. This, boy, it's tough to see, but you've got, tell you what, let me take this, copy that and paste over here, and you can examine that picture yourself, all right? And I'll give you a second to load while I swag some coffee. Which one was that? That's 1883? I done lost it. Wow, what's all this stuff? That's from an hour ago. Okay, it's an 1883 shield set. I give you that link and it'll pop up this image. And you can look for yourself, what can you identify on here? Okay, it looks like some machine doubling on the bottom of the date. You got die cracks below the arrow. Over here at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Going through the cross, going through the top of the cross. You got longer doubling across the In God We Trust. The rest of it looks pretty good. Lots of luster. Let's look at the back. Good solid rim. A little bit over, a little bit shifted to the right. Die crack up by of. One going through, let's see, D states. Looks like it goes to the rim above the E. Yeah, use that experience from going through the bulk and pull it out on these high dollar coins. And that'll help you decide which of these $175 coins should I buy. Because you can get a whole bunch of wheats for cheap, but a whole bunch of MS64 shield cents aren't necessarily as cheap. What you got on the 1883? Die crack at 2 o'clock. We got some longer doubling up there. That A's kind of squished. I'm not sure what's going on with there with this picture. On the back, looks pretty regular and tight. Crack going through D, stay. Going to the star, and then up to the rim at S. Not a whole lot of contact marks on there. Huh. But employ those skills when you get into spending the bigger dollars. Because honestly, if you got a eBay might have some. Here we go. You employ those skills, and you can cherry pick some really good. Oh, this is eBay. Let's do 1872 shields. Because some of these are going to be worth, you know, 300 bucks more because it's got a particular die variety. Oh, right there. Here we go. Here's a DDO and an 1872 popping right out. Okay, this one looks pretty normal. Looking at that annulet. There we go. That's the annulet I want to see. Right in here. And that one's nice and round. Okay, but in this third one, there, that's what we're talking about. Look, it's like the damn Olympic rings. Look at the cross, the bottom of the cross, the doubled rings, and right here where the shield bars meet the bars and stripes where they meet, and they overlap. They're not supposed to do that. And that's a beautiful thing. You pick that out, and you can find these on dealer tables at coin shops. You can go downtown to your local coin shop, and these guys may not know about this stuff. And you take a $50 coin, and now it's worth 250 bucks. No fooling. It's the same darn thing with some of these online sellers. You can get some great deals if you know what to look for. So by God, learn what to look for. Not so much what particular varieties, but learn to identify those varieties. You say, aha, I know what that is. That's a repunch date. Learn to identify the issues. And then you can further refine it down the road. Pennies nowadays are gluten-free. We'll have none of that here. Stop it. We get all the sugar and twice the caffeine in this house, and that's a rule. Nope, it just skipped up again. Okay. That was about a 10-second delay from when you pasted the link till I showed on the till it showed in the video. And when I pasted the link, oh, we can do that, can't we? Let's see. Here's the screen. Watch this. I can type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What am I looking for? Well, I don't know. There's a little bit of a lag there. I see it immediately. By the way, that worthless doubling, even when advertised as MD, can often sell on eBay for more than a true DDO. When are we going to stop calling it worthless? It is worthless. The fact you got some guys scamming and making a buck on some crap doesn't make it valuable. A bunch of the top 100 VAMs are just repunch dates. VAMs, a lot of times there's some repunch dates, there's some double dies, but there's a lot of die breaks, die cracks, some well-placed die chips, a lot of internal die breaks. It's a little bit of everything. Some of your attributors say, Konica, the listings they have are primarily DDO, DDR, and RPM. Wexler, primarily DDO, DDR, and RPM. We can do so much more. What, you cuds on coins? You got to look over there for cuds. It's coming. It's coming. We're a few weeks out still. It's coming. Bear with us. What the Frank? SJ's here. There she is. What are you doing this week, SJ? Always good to see you. What's this? There we go. Well, look, it's 11 o'clock. I've been streaming for I don't know how long. Just shooting the shit. What time is it? Oh, almost 2 hours. Yeah, it's time for me to either have a cigarette or have a smoke, but I need to take a break and run into the room there and, stir my beans, as it were. So I'm going to take just a few moments here. I'll let you keep looking at that stuff. Here's a nickel. There we go. There's no place to put this. I'll be back in just a bit, okay? Break time. Resting and packing. You in the new place yet? Need to open a bar in there. Saloon. Oh, a saloon, Jay. what was that? Oh, remind me to find my Allen wrenches. I had to put that back into the chair. Huh. All right. Darn it. So, SJ, you got the new place. Have you learned to not tell the kids where it is yet? Or are you going to tell them? Looks very minor, but I check. Copper coins. Smoke. What's the reference you're going to be called that we're all working on? We call it the SAN database. SAN, the Standard Attribution Nomenclature, is the whole idea of that. Oh, let's see. I can pull up the. Oh, where the heck is it? Here's the second iteration of this thing. Visit site. Nope, that's not it. Where the hell did it go? There. Okay, here's the second iteration, because we're coming up with the third. It takes a little while to kind of develop all these ideas. Okay, here's a screen. I'll move this over. So this is kind of the defunct site. I'll give you this, you can peruse it. Let's see, paste, hit that button, see if that worked. Yep, there it is. We're looking at the screen. We want to go over here. Okay, the SAN database, the Standard Attribution Nomenclature Database, is an ongoing effort to standardize the diverse and numerous variety listings developed by numismatists over the year. The purpose is to objectify the nomenclature, cross-reference existing attributions, and enable new discoveries to be cataloged with an intuitive database. Blah, 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 blah. There's plenty of information about it. Let's see. Here's the nomenclature system. Real simple. We got a formula, and this has been amended also with a couple of other bits. But you start with a nation. If it's in parentheses, you don't really have to have that. So like U.S., 1 cent. Maybe the series, because you got some overlapping dates. Say 1913. Is it a V nickel or a buffalo nickel? So sometimes you'd have to disambiguate the date and mint mark, and a disambiguation. Is it the 82D copper or the 82D zinc? Huh. Then you'd have a variety type and a die stage, maybe. Maybe a unique listing number, unique identification number. And it gets pretty involved. And we may have to add another one, which would have a hub variety. But we're getting, looks like we settle on SVAR as the pickup for, the catch-all for everything that needs to go in. But you've got, denominations you'd have to write in. Stuff for cents, for nickels, for dimes, quarters, half dollars. And we'll have to do this for every darn country out there. The 1852 pfennig, the 5 florins. Then you got stuff that has no date, right? Maybe it's not supposed to have a date. Maybe it's dateless. Just plain wore out. I don't know. Different things. Disambiguation with large date, small date, proof, brilliant proof, matte proof, reverse proof, satin proof, frosted matte finish, satin finish, enhanced finish, copper, silver, zinc, special mint set, business strike. Special strike should be in there. We've added plenty more, believe me. But there's, what is it? MPU is a mythical purple unicorn. We've used that actually a couple of times. We got SERR has been added. Oh, here they are. We've added SERR for error types, common errors. Perhaps a clash, for example, might fit under there, but we've got that. Let's see, clash obverse, class reverse. Then you got SVAR, which is not in here. Like I say, it's evolving. Well, what about a Henning nickel? That's not a U.S. mint product. It's a counterfeit. Should that be listed? And if it is listed, how would we list it? Put it in as a, you know, as a special reference. Then you got unique identifying numbers. Maybe we should reserve some of the numbers. All right, but what we're working on is a program to make it possible for people to take actual classes online, right? And we're going to build those so that the people can become effectively vetted, so that they can then add content, add attributions on their own, and keep the project going, because ain't none of us going to live forever. And one problem we have is when old numismatists die off, their books are lost, their work is lost to time, and then what? You got to reinvent everything every 50 or 100 years. What about UFOs? We have UXA, unexplained anomaly. Where'd that one go? Screen. So instead of UFO, it was here. What are these? Oh, that's the state quarters. We got UXA, unexplained or unidentified anomaly, because, well, until we further classify it, it's an anomaly. UFO makes you think aliens and spaceships and stuff. So we try to make it more understandable, less mystery. There is no mystery, especially once you figure stuff out. But if we can keep this thing going in perpetuity, then we really give the hobby a standardized reference, a standard way of naming things. It should work. That's part of the idea. Yes, we in France. We. That's not W-E, it's O-U-I. Because that's how they do things in France. Nipple. What? What are you talking about? This is a family channel. I swear. Nipple. Nipple. Huh? All right. Oh, then Franks brings up the too minor to list idea. Okay. Threshold of attributability. Is it too minor to list? Is it just too minor right now, or is it just, 1983 die cracks on pennies, die cracks on 1964 nickels? Okay, there's a billion of them. They are very common. Is it too minor to list? I got a sack of 57 wheat pennies back here, with all kinds of die chips on the date, in around Liberty, all over the place. Are they too minor to list? Well, until we get to them, maybe. How big should a die crack be? Should it be in a prominent place? They got a BIE, right? Die chip on Liberty. That makes sense to, categorize and document that. What about a die chip in the date, or the mint mark, or another prominent location? Kind of makes sense. They got quarters with die chips all over the darn things. Extra claw, pooping horse. Geez, they got nicknames. I think at that point it should be cataloged because, geez, it's entered the vernacular, for Christ's sakes. Every attributor would have their own limits as far as what is too minor to list. And I see some of these, Konica, they got an a double die reverse around the Lincoln statue. And it's just, this big. It's just this much. That's kind of minor. But they're going to tell me I got a bigger one. It's a new discovery. Mine's bigger than theirs and more prominent. And mine's too minor to list when they listed that. Are you just too damn busy to bother with me? You don't like my shoes? What? Ramon says, you have ejected and machine doubling. What other kinds are there that looks like the real deal? Well, how about dye deterioration doubling? That's a really common one. If I can get the light just right on some of these, we'll be able to see that one. Where's the scope? Okay, there we go. How about dye deterioration doubling, where it looks like, the letter's been thickened, it's been enlarged. Is it just the way the light's hitting the darn thing? Because if I can change the angle of the light, these letters sharpen up. Die deterioration can make your letters look larger. Here's a stick. Say, look at the bottom of the E, for example. Right down there. Look at that area. If I can get the light changed, it can make the darn thing look, all kinds of big. Long ink doubling, absolutely. There's stuff out there. I think the die chips should be categorized by location and commonality. Well, the more common, the less likely you would be to categorize it. But, you find it. People are looking to see what they have, and if you can give them a more complete list. Here's what's out there, all right? Die chips, die cracks, interior die breaks, cuds, rim cuds, double dies, RPMs, everything for that date right here on one page, right? Geez, one-stop shopping. One problem I always had is, you got the DDOs on this page, the DDRs on that page, the RPMs, you got to go back to the home page and click on something else, and that's on another page. Well, for Christ's sakes. Then the OMMs, the same date as the RPMs, are on another page. Give me one-stop shopping. Now, I like Chalk, Copper Coins. He's got a searchable database. You just type in the date, right? Select the mint mark, select whatever you're looking for, and hit search. It's freaking beautiful. But I also like, because I'm, old, I also like the analog approach that the Konica has, where you can just go through the list and click on your date. But I want everything about that date. So what we're doing is a combination of both. Where'd the screen go? Okay, back on this one. Let's see if we can see that. I'll move that over just a little. Okay, I started off with, here's a cent die varieties. Just a simple analog list, right? One line, 10 dates. Works out great. 1830s, 1840s. You can pick out exactly what denomination you're looking for in the navigation over here. Then you pick your series, choose your date, and pick it up, whatever the heck you're looking for. You want 1910S. Here you go. Here's 1910, 1910 map proof, 10S, DVR1, DVR4, RPM1, RPM2, right? There's a couple of those, RPM3, RPM4. Here's a die chip, and that's the end of the list. Everything in one single spot. Now, if we can have a searchable database on top of that, God, yes. So handy. What you got here? Here's a halftime sent in by Mr. Frank Waddell. Pretty darn slick. What do you got? A double die reverse, SDDR number 1. You got pickup points, reverse letters, especially halftime. And we give that US 5C 1583 ARR, who's got arrows, SDDR 001. And look, you can zoom in on the, can you zoom in? I thought you could zoom in on the damn pictures. Where'd that go? Huh. Okay, we're working on it. Give it time. It's coming along. I dated a girl named Paige O'Reference, but just once. I went out with a girl named Virginia. We called her Virgin for short, but not for long. This is a family channel. I'm so ashamed. All right. Nice work. Yeah, there's a lot to it. Let's see, myself, Shay Hoffmaster has been doing massive amounts of work. His whole family is involved. CJ has been making pretty darn measurable contributions to it. It will be a multi-year project. Seriously, it's going to take forever. Now, what we're trying to do, we're going to get photos going next. Oh, here's the button. We show this one every now and again. Support the development of Numis Labs for as little as $1 a month and help us help you. Now, the supporters over on Patreon are going to be, the first guys in the door. Let's find this. Here's Patreon. And I can show you the screen there. There's Patreon. And we got 20 patrons at $109 a month coming in. That's not each. That's the total of the 20. It's usually, $1 to $10 a piece. And stuff. Here we go. This is behind the scenes stuff. And we got a little bit of a sale coming up for just the patrons. So I'll give you that link. It'll pop up. You'll see it. Copy. Back to live. I paste that here. How's that work? Hit the button. There. Yeah, that pops up all the time. Let's see. Home. There it is. Where's your sound effects thingy? Right here. I always keep it close. That's the wrong button. Ooh, good one. See, I got that one. I get musical notes. The thumbs down. I should use that more often, I think. Drum roll, the whistle. That's my favorite one. I use that all the time. Then this happened. We get the bullshit alarm too. You see some bullshit. Bullshit level, DEFCON 5. You just press the alarm. I'm on there. I just used a checklist because it's amazing. Yeah, the checklist is one thing you get if you're a Patreon subscriber. You got full access to the checklist. So there's a screenshot. Here's the checklist. And seriously, I use this 5 times a day. You've got lots and lots of series. More have been added. Ed has been working on this. And we sent in some things. Probably still should send up some more stuff. Where'd it go? Well, that seems to have deleted itself, but we can fix that. Yeah, there's a way to recall the data if it gets deleted. What if I'm online right now? Here it is. It just takes a while to load. All right, here's Walking Liberty half cents. And these actually work. You can type in your grade. You can type in what you paid, and the totals will actually sum it up for you. So you just, create your own document, hit the corner, copy all. There it is, and paste that into your own document so you can just copy the darn thing up. You can print them off, right? Look at this. Print. Ta-da. Print off whatever you like. Now, and again, if you copy it to your own document, you can change these around any way you like. I'm going to cancel that because I don't need to print that. And that's pretty darn handy when you just want notes. You want a list, some check boxes, and some notes. Well, there you go. Just make your own darn file. Print it off, stick it on a clipboard, and take it to the coin show with you so you know what you got, what you're trying to improve. Handy. Keep your own notes. Get together with some friends and compare notes. And that's how we develop as numismatists. Is what do you know about the 1848 Liberty seated quarter? Huh? You got anything on that? No, I got nothing. Well, I got some notes on that. And compare notes. But these are so darn handy. Yeah, I refer to them all the time because I want to know how many still survive on 1877 Indian cents. And there it is. 5,000 or so. Pretty darn handy. There it is. So we just donate. It is monthly. Whatever pledge you offer is a monthly charge. Comes out like on the 1st or so. And $1 a month as they start. We need photographic equipment is our next thing. Seriously, we want to get this database populated right. It's the photographs that are going to make it or break it. Chuck Daughtry at Copper Coins, he's a pro. He has the best photos out of all of them. Konica, they're kind of okay. Wexler's aren't that great, I think. I think Wexler could improve. He's working on 20-year-old equipment. But I'm only so good with the equipment that I have. I can tell you that. This camera here could surely use an upgrade. But we're looking at, let's see, what do we got in the software? We got probably 1,200 in the software. We got a couple hundred more for the website. We've already incorporated. We got a couple hundred for that. The camera equipment we want to have. Yeah, it's getting there. One thing we wish to have is a buy program where we have, you know, the top 10 most wanted list. And if you have the coins we're looking for, we'd like to buy them at, you know, this price. Because, geez, we need them for the photos. Okay, then we get them, sell them, buy more. That'd be a revolving thing. If we get too much in, okay, we'll just start getting some coin books, because then, of course, we could expand the database, but also we'd have a loaning library available. Pretty darn handy. Hoogie Morgan's on channel video here. Hoogie Morgan's. I'm not sure what that's talking about. I missed something. So we just donate. Yeah, it is monthly. Any amount is handy. Figure $1 is like the minimum. But with, you know, that $1, you get access to everything else. We may have tiers as that comes around. But the first people that are involved, yeah, we do need some people to test, you know, beta test the site, make sure that's working and smooth and operating. How do we find out the total population of a coin that is not detailed? If it's not on there yet, well, you can try PCGS. You can look up auction records and try to deduce how many must exist for 6 per year to be on the market. So many nice clashes on the half dimes. The 3 centers have a lot of clashes as well. That's what I like. I like those. Those are real neat. You get the whole head, like in the back of it. Okay, look, I'm kind of wearing thin. It's time for me to call it for the night. I've been going for a couple hours. It's 11:30. Good Lord. Yeah, we'll keep it up. But your support of Numis Labs is one thing. There are some more things coming down the road, and there's opportunity involved in the future. And around, if we can get around 200 supporters, that's when it really, really gets good, and we can start talking about some bigger projects that we'd like to get involved with and get going that would really boost the hobby. Always a pleasure, Jared. And watch out, silver nitrate, do not coin, raw hunt, and drive. That's bad luck. There you go. Look, if you like talking about coins and looking at coins and seeing how much is my coin worth for real and growing the hobby and developing as a collector, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Why not? We do this all the time. Liston says, I found 10 2019 dimes with clashes in one roll, finding it hard to photograph it. Oh, they're so shiny. Man, the right camera equipment is going to make it, but also it's the lighting is another key aspect. I'm not set up for really decent photography. Yeah, I can get down and zoom in for sure. Where's this? What's this? It's here's one of them 76S quarters, some silver quarters. Okay, I can get in and pick out a die variety and show you diagnostics so you can confirm what you have. But I need to work on this. This is just almost glarish. What coin is the king of errors and varieties? Probably the 1955 double die Lincoln cent. That's pretty solid. How about the 1857 Snow 9 Flying Eagle with the clash? No, with the mule clash. That's kind of a nice one. 72 double die in the penny. Pretty slick. Oh, let's see. Henning nickels. Is that an error or variety? Well, it's kind of neither. What do you call that one? How about those dimes that have no P? Yeah. The VAMs. How about the WAMs? They should be more. They should at least be like the dukes and duchesses of dye varieties. Hmm. There's going to be a coin seminar tomorrow. Coin seminar weekend is coming up in February, the week after after Valentine's Day. God, it's time to start getting that up off the ground. And not in the feeps. Hmm. 1846 N4 cent. Who got that? Somebody won that. Was that you? I had an 1846 N4. Man, we put in a big show. Worked great. Yeah, I'm wearing out. It's time to sleep. I'm getting old and feeble. Yep. See you groovy hairs tomorrow, I suppose. The 90 No West dime. You know, they got that cherry picker's guide, and you got, hundreds of coins in there. That is just a taste of what's out there for varieties. Honestly, it's just a taste. Just the Lincoln cents alone, you've got thousands and thousands. Cherry picker's guide includes, 120. Mm. It's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole lot more out there that is out there to be discovered, or at least by you. But getting the information of what's been discovered uh, and presented well for everybody. So you've got everything in one place. That's part of the project with the database. Yeah, I'm gonna get going, guys. You stay groovy.